Today, due to popular demand, we're going to be talking about Germany. A lot of you guys are asking me to discuss a little bit more about news from Europe, and what better place to start than good old Deutschland. Now, I would like to mention that while I do speak a little bit of German, my understanding of the language is not flawless. So if I made any mistakes from the translation, please do let me know. I am doing my best, but I don't think I did. I think I managed to get the gist of it. You see, I understand that Germany is a nation that has managed to fix every single issue that it has. I mean, we don't have poverty in Germany anymore. The income disparity is almost non-existent. Everyone that wants to get a job manages to get one. So now that the important problems are fixed, the academics get to focus on what's left, and what's left seems to be racismus. Of course, even after fixing economic problems, racismus is there to stay, and racismus is caused by people speaking. Okay, like when you utter words, when your vocal cords vibrate, you run the risk of creating racismus. Now, in my opinion, the only place on earth where there is no racism is probably a school for mute people to learn sign language. Like there is probably no racism there. Although, like, when you do the sign language, maybe that can be racism, but like when they're not doing the sign language, it's a racism-free zone because there is no more speaking. So if you don't say words, how can you be racist, right? Because we have here the main problem. An academic managed to figure it out. You see, in Germany, they have used the word for time immemorial, which is called Schwarzfahren. Now, Schwarzfahren sounds a little bit like riding while black in Germany, right? That's what it means. And it means to ride the bus illegally. Oh no, you can see the predicament, right? All of a sudden, you can spot what is happening here, and what is happening is racismus. Look, racismus. Racismus for Führen. Oh my god, like, we need to save people from racismus by banning the word. Ban everything. Ban it. That is the solution to every single problem that the world faces. Ban it. You don't like it, you know what? You ban it. Not only do you ban it, but you also shame people who use the word Schwarzfahren. I mean, these people are literally Hitler. How can you use such a vile word, such vile language? Oh my god. So now you have bus companies taking a stand against this awful word, this awful phrase. I mean, maybe the problem is people riding the bus without a ticket. I would say that might be an issue. No, the problem is with the people uttering the word Schwarzfahren. Racism. So, as you can imagine, there was a big push in order to ban this word. Unfortunately, however, we got another article also from Germany, like the intellectuals are fighting back, okay? The people from the academia, look, they got a lot of books. I mean, this gentleman, okay, he's got a book in his hand, shows that he is smart. He's got glasses, +2 intellect. The book is also +2 intellect. The smile is +4 charisma, yeah? And they're coming up with a predicament. Now, every single intelligent person on the planet Earth, and unfortunately there don't seem to be that many of them, would figure out that this word is very unlikely to have anything to do with race. Why? Because it's an old word, right? Like, it's decades old. It's probably a word that existed since buses were invented. And at that time, Germany lacked the demographics. Like, the black people in Germany probably didn't fare well under the National Socialists, I assume. In order to have significant numbers all around Germany to ride the buses illegally so that the stereotype would be created. Right? Because that's usually how words are created, like in these cases. It's like the stereotype. No, most likely what the stereotype was attributed to was that in the time when buses were invented, poor people used to do jobs that would cause them to be a little bit more dirty, right? So, for example, chimney cleaning. Well, that makes you a little bit black, right? And cleaning chimneys. It's a noble job, don't get me wrong. Someone had to do it. However, due to the profession, right? Construction. Back then, you didn't have a lot of machinery to do the construction. So people had to do a lot of things by hand. You would get dirty, right? So these were the type of people that also didn't have access to showering facilities the same like a bourgeoisie person would have. And because of that, like in the language, the word black in European, in this context, in this particular context, would also mean like poor people. That's how I would think about it, okay? Before the academic, the guy with the book came out and told me that this is literally the shit. Like, this is literally what we're talking about. It's got nothing to do with black people. That you can say it's classist, because it's like, oh, it's demeaning towards the poor. Fine, but that's another conversation. It's not racismus. It's like classismus, I guess. Whatever the fuck you have for it. So, you would think that this is where the story is over. No, the story even gets more funny, because apparently they found out that this is not a German word, but it's a word that has Jewish roots. Right? It's like, it came from, I guess, like the Jewish people, which in Germany, for a time, were a significant minority, and they're the ones that created this word, which is now in circulation. Now, please, if you're German, like, read this shit and tell me if I'm wrong. Because this is what, like, I'm not the one coming up with it. I'm reading the article, right? So this is what I get from reading the article. And the reason it's funny, it's like, okay, what does it matter? Like, if the word came from a minority or it came from the Germans. I mean, in Romania, we have a lot of words that the Tatars came up with, the Turks came up with. You know, it happens in every country where you have minorities living in. Like, the minorities can come up with a word and then the majority uses it. Very similar to how Halloween in the United States is brought in by the Irish, and then everyone uses it, right? So it's not something that's relevant. I mean, okay, it's interesting if you know the history, but why does it matter? Well, the reason on why it matters is because now people are accusing the bus company of being Nazis. And why are they Nazis? Well, they're Nazis because they're trying to ban a Jewish word. Well, a word that has roots in Jewish... You know what I mean, right? So let me get this straight, okay? Because this is what I'm trying to wrap my mind around. This is what I don't really understand. So, if you try to ban a German word, then that's fine. That's progressive as fuck. If you try to ban a word from Germany that might have had roots in Jewish culture, I guess, then that's what Nazis do. That's anti-Semitic. So why is one not anti-German then? Because, like, by the same logic, if you're viewing that this is an attack upon the culture, the heritage, I don't fucking... Why do we even have this conversation? Why is this fucking relevant? Are there no other issues to fix? Is it really that everything is fine in the world? That this is the type of intellectual debate we need to have? And of course, like, the conclusion of the debate is that let's see how people are evil. Okay, so the first one is like people are evil because they use the word Schwarzferen, so they're evil as fuck. But now people are evil because they're trying to ban the word Schwarzferen. And this is what how is this not bread and circus for the masses? Like, honest to God. And by the way, like, the idea of banning words, right? Because why do they do it? Is to say that this person is evil. Because, for example, right? I'm an atheist and I still say, God damn it. That does not mean that I believe in God or that I want him to damn it. It's just an expression that I've been using it for so long that it's almost like an automatism. I just use it. It's like, oh my God, you know, like I don't really think about it. I just say it because it's like the appropriate thing to say in certain situation. It's literally the same with Schwarzferen. Right? It's like that. People don't even sometimes make the correlation in their head. It's just like they know what it means, so they use it because it's in the appropriate context. But what the academics want you to believe is that, no, you're using it to hurt other people. Like, you're using it predominantly, not just hurt other people, is to hurt minorities and black people in particular. I just, you know, this is why I don't read news from Europe. Like, honestly, there are so many more interesting things to talk about than this shit. Like, we used to call this thought policing. Like, there was a while where it's like, you know, and it was a bad thing. But now it seems that every country in the world is trying to thought police people to the most minute thing that they're now trying to ban words. I guess 10 years from now, maybe they're going to try to ban letters. Don't joke about it. It happened in China. They actually banned the letter. I don't fucking know why, but they did. You know, maybe 10 years from now they're going to ban punctuation signs. Maybe those are oppressive. Oh, fuck me. They are, aren't they? All right, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.